This video provides a quick demo on how to configure an xHA pair in BlueCat Integrity. BlueCat Crossover High Availability, or xHA, provides disaster recovery through the use of redundant servers. xHA makes two DNS DHCP servers function as a single server. If one of the servers fails for any reason, the other takes its place and continues providing services. So let's get started. So first, let me just identify some of the prerequisites. In this demo, I'm using a BlueCat Address Manager and BDDS 9.2. An important detail is for xHA, the BDDS servers must be on the same software version and must have the same server profile. We'll come back to that in a second. So let me just log in here. Some other information to have as a prerequisite, I've already created a configuration, which is necessary in Address Manager, and I have an IP block and network, as well as a DNS view. So let's add some servers. That's the first step. So here, now, even though it says xHA pair and server, I'm going to start by adding the servers individually. Okay, so a moment ago, I said that for xHA, the software version needs to be the same. So I have two BDDSs on BDDS 9.2 software, but the profile has to be the same. So by default, here we see a Gen 4 2000, also known as a BDDS 25. Just for this demo, I'm going to make them the BDDS 75. Okay, and here you can set your name. I'll use DNS1. And here you see my management interface. This is on ETH0, the IPv4 address on ETH0. Let's add a host name, dns1.example.com. This checkbox is selected by default. We can leave that. I will not upgrade on this one. This is the default password for the servers. That's BlueCat. And next, you have to click Detect Server Settings. What this does is BAM is able to detect, again, the server version, 9.2, the number of interfaces, and if dedicated management is enabled or disabled. In this demo video, I'm going to keep dedicated management disabled. So you could add an IPv address here if you wanted to, but there are some technical limitations if you are adding IPv6 addresses. For more information on that, please refer to the Address Manager Administration Guide. Okay, so I'm going to add an xHA backbone here. This is more important if you're using physical appliances, but it can still be done if you're using VMs like I am. So let's add in a different IP address than the one that's on our management interface. Add our net mask, and I'm going to click Add Next. All right, so let's add our second BDDS. I'm going to choose the same server profile. I'm going to call this one DNS2, and the IPv4 address, I'll select a .90. My host name will be dns2.example.com. And of course, I have to enter my default password, which is BlueCat. All right, so I'm going to set the xHA backbone. This has to be on the same subnet as the first BDDS. I'll set my net mask and click Add. All right, so here we see the two standalone BDDSs. Now I'm going to create an xHA pair from them. So to create xHA, we have to first start by selecting our active and our passive servers. So I'm going to click Add, and let's make DNS1 the active. In this operation, you need to enter your default password again, which is BlueCat. That should be changed when you're first deploying these machines. And let's add the passive, which will be DNS2. And let's add the password again. All right, so very important. With xHA, you need to enter a new IP address that serves as the virtual IP address or the VIP of the active node. So I'm going to enter my .93 address. Next step, xHA communication. This is the xHA backbone that I set on the BDDSs individually. So you could set it here. I chose to do it when I'm adding the BDDSs. That's just force of habit on my part. But as you can see, the values are pre-populated because I entered them already. And let's click add. All right, so we're back on the servers tab. And as you can see, the standalone BDDSs are gone. And what we have is the xHA pair. So if you go down here, here you see a representation of each node, HA node 1, HA node 2. Now, we need to deploy to the BDDSs to complete this process. Before we do that, let's make sure we have deployment roles set up here. All right, so let me add those. Okay, so you need to select the server interface. I can select dns1.example.com. All right, and I will click add. Okay, and if we go back to our servers, I'm going to select that xHA pair. Whoop, and let's deploy. And the Address Manager UI will show you the progress. The length of deployment can vary depending on the size of your DNS configuration. So we have a successful deployment, and let me show you the status of the interfaces in the BDDS command line interface. All right, so I'm logged in to BDDS1. Oh, let's go to show interfaces. Okay, so as you can see right here on ETH0, there's the .89 and .90. That's our primary interface and the xHA. And this is ETH1. This is the xHA backbone that I configured. And that's it. That's how you configure xHA. For more information, please visit us at bluecatnetworks.com.